Tonight in Finnerty File. So Donald Trump does something that no other president has ever done. This is kind of funny. He had McDonald's delivered to the White House using DoorDash, which was great for DoorDash. Their stock was up $7 today.
McDonald's.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President.
That's very nice. Look at this. This doesn't look staged, does it?
They're all your favorites.
Are the White House good tippers? Do you know?
Wait.
Potentially. Yes, very.
I think it's a $100 bill, by the way, that Donald Trump, which he does carry cash, which no presidents, famously Joe Biden, never had cash, never had any cash. Donald Trump still carries cash. But the delivery driver, I want to focus on her for a moment. Her name is Sharon Sims. Really an amazing woman. She's made thousands of DoorDash deliveries, and she said today that she has saved $11,000 in taxes by not paying taxes on the tips that she's made doing her job, and then Donald Trump tipped her what we think is $100. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I think it's a $100 bill. And how about this? So Hunter Biden, who is $17 million in debt, which is like, how did that, how? He just challenged the Trump kids to a cage match.
I think he's trying to organize a cage match, me versus Eric and Don Jr. I told him I'd do it, 100% in, if he can pull it off.
Okay, so he needs money. I get that. But he's 56, almost 57 years old. I'm sorry, Don Jr. and Eric would kick the you-know-what out of Hunter Biden. It'll never happen, but like, I think he thinks he's like tough and strong. Did you see him right there? Joe looks better. And now AOC is brainwashing little kids.
What law would you want to make?
America has to let people go to the doctor free, because in other places they have it free. But when my mom was trying to have a baby, she had to pay like $10,000.
And at this point, I think you should just go to Washington.
I was going to say, can you bring him back with you?
Yeah, I should bring you with me.
How do we get adults to think like you?
We did do a protest for no Kings protest. And
Think about that. Think about your
we all
grandkids right
started
now.
a bunch of chants.
Think about your children.
Boo Trump, no
And just remember, the two people holding the microphones in this 6-year-old's face do not have children. They don't have children, but they have no problem indoctrinating yours. Think about that in November. And did you see this? The mayor of New York City making good on a campaign promise, announcing the city's first free grocery store. It's going to cost $30 million to get it going, but it's going to be just great.
In our campaign, we promised New Yorkers that we would create a network of 5 city-owned grocery stores, 1 in each borough.
Excellent.
I am proud to announce that we will open every single one of these stores by the end of our first term.
Okay.
And the first one will open next year.
It's like an oxymoron. Free grocery store. Communism in New York City. Guess what? It will not work. It didn't work in Kansas City because communism has never, ever worked. And the mayor of New Haven, Connecticut, a fantastic city, fantastic pizza, by the way. This guy just called a mural of Irina Zarutska not productive, which is a strange thing to call a mural. It's art. Because he had no problem with the George Floyd mural that was put up in New Haven. Not only that, he helped paint it.
But it's about how we have that conversation, and from everything I've seen with this campaign, it's not a really productive way for us to talk about these important issues.
These people always look exactly like you would envision them looking. Like, I hadn't seen this guy yet, and then I saw him, and I was like, yep, that's the guy right there. There he is, the mayor.
We need to have these conversations because conversing is important, because one person speakies and another person listens, and then they speakies and they listens, and this is conversational.
Here's a children's song going woke.
Have you ever considered that you might be trans? Have you ever considered that you might be trans?
No, I haven't. You're kind of weird.
If you keep
Nice
asking
headband.
questions about discomfort with your gender, then you might need to consider that you're trans. If you're looking for an answer, here's your sign.
This guy's like Frank Sinatra.
If you're
isn't he?
looking for an answer, here's your sign.
The yellow, look at the yellow, oh boy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Have you ever considered that you're a trans person? The answer is no, and I think it's no for about 99.9999999% of the population. But these people want you to think that's totally normal. Not only that, but that it's okay and acceptable. I don't care what you do in your private time, but you don't need to, if you're trans and you know it, clap your trans. Did you see this? Democrat Senator Mark Kelly, a former astronaut himself, a white guy who served in the Navy, who doesn't want white guys who served in the Navy flying the space shuttle anymore.
I had the opportunity to be the commander of the space shuttle a couple times. So I was the pilot twice, I was the commander twice. When you're the commander, you get some say in who your other crew members are going to be. So the last thing I would want in a space shuttle crew would be 7 white guy, U.S. Navy, test pilots like me. It would be a disaster.
What? What are you talking about? Didn't we go to the moon with Navy guys, test pilots, served in the Navy, went to NASA? This whole thing means that Mark wants DEI on the space shuttle instead of hiring the best man or woman for the job. He wants diversity because he thinks diversity matters in a space shuttle. It doesn't matter, okay? If you're getting surgery, what do you want? You want the best doctor. I have a friend who just had heart surgery, 45 years old, really serious stuff. He didn't care the color or the ethnicity or the religion of the doctor. You just want the best doctor. And if that doctor's a white guy, great. Okay? It's so strange when you're on an airplane. Do you want the best pilot or do you want a little diversity up there? No, you want the best pilot.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.